Hello everyone, John Ricky Karamatsu. Hope you're doing well. I just woke up from a dream I had of my friend K. Mark Takai, who was a congressman for the state of Hawaii. And when I was young, in my teens, my late teens in University of Hawaii, he mentored me in politics. I volunteered for his office and later worked for his office. And when I ran for state house, I was a representative. I ended up being in Calvin Say's group, Speaker Calvin Say, because of the family connections. My grandfather was really good friends with his father-in-law, Stephen Kotake, and my grandpa was also good friends with him. So when I entered politics, I ended up being in his group, and Mark was in another group, and I know that hurt him, but I still did my best to keep a friendship with him. But I know that hurt inside of him. In this dream, I was out of school and it was supposed to be Mumilani Elementary School in Pearl City, but it wasn't. It didn't look like it. It had kids or students much older, also, I mean young, but also going up to a much older age, which, in elementary school that's not possible. But I remember, as in this, I was in this cafeteria, and the principal, a lot of the leadership of the school, teachers, and students were in this cafeteria, and I saw Mark, and he was in a blue suit, his favorite coat, a blue coat, and like how he usually was when he was alive, he enjoyed the community part of politics. He loved being there with the community. And he was there very proud and happy for the school, standing there, and I'm like, wait a minute, because when he died, I found out from the news that he was in the hospital, and I knew something was wrong. So I called his phone and told him how much I cared about him. But he passed away, and I was never sure if he heard my voice in the voicemail. So a part of me in my subconscious, actually a lot of me in my subconscious, wondered about whether or not he heard that message and knew how much I cared for him. He was a good friend and a mentor for me. So in this dream, when I saw him, I was so happy to see him. This was my chance to say how much I care about him and how much my time with him meant so much. And when I looked again in the dream at for Mark, he was gone. Like I was like, where did he go? And another scene where the kids or the students were basically, I had a tour of the campus, but I was on my own on this tour, and these kids were so happy. They were just going around and around and around this small campus that doesn't exist in reality, and they were going around and just like having a great time, just going around this campus, walking around this campus. And I remember at one point in the dream, I was carrying a barbell. Those barbells where you gotta curl like this? I was carrying it in my right hand, and I had a rod in my left hand, a metal rod. So I was carrying the barbell to balance it from the middle of the barbell, the handle. But I had this rod to put under using my left hand to put it under like this, and so that the weight wouldn't be so heavy on my right arm, my right hand. And there was this one girl I was going through hallway indoors that took a notice of me. No one else took a notice of me carrying this thing. None of the other students, nobody. And she followed me out, but I know she was behind me. But there's a point where, in my dream, where I was walking out of the campus. I know she was behind me, and then I was heading out into the neighborhood in Pro City, where it slopes down. A street called Ho'omoana Street that goes down the hill from the top of Pro City, where that elementary school is located. And then in another scene, I was back in the cafeteria, and the students and the leadership, the principal, and all the teachers were there. But I saw an attorney friend of mine who's still alive. She looked like her. If it wasn't her, she looked like her. And I asked her, do you see Mark Takai? And she said, yeah, I do. In other words, she sees him also. And then there's a point where for example, a person would be talking, and then if I glanced away and I look back, it's Mark. No matter who it is, like, I think it was a lady. Yeah, it was a lady standing at one point, and I saw her, and then I looked away, glanced away for a bit, and when I looked back, it was Mark Takai. And then I wanted to go up and talk to her, but I just stayed back with the crowd, sitting down somewhere in the cafeteria in the back, or somewhere in the cafeteria. Then the principal, Amel, he was talking, and then when I would glance away and look back, it was Mark. And at that point, I just wanted to talk to him. So I rushed out from the crowd, and as he turned away to walk away, the principal, as he turned to walk away, I rushed out. That's when I rushed out, was when he turned to walk away, because I wanted to talk to Mark. But it was Mark at that time. Keep in mind, when the principal was looking at me, or looking at us, and I glanced away and I looked back, it was Mark Takai. And he turned around and walked away, and I chased after him. And then when he turned around, he was back looking, he was a principal again. He was no longer Mark. And he looked at me so shocked, because I grabbed his arm. I said, Mark. And he turned around and looked at me like I'm crazy. And everyone else thought they had a look like I'm crazy. And I told the crowd, I told everyone that I never had a chance to say goodbye to him in person. You guys don't understand. And everyone looked at me like I'm crazy, because it's the principal. But I saw Mark. I saw Mark there for a moment. And that's why I chased after him. So I just want to tell you that, you know, that dream was a way for me to say goodbye again, because when I woke up, I just felt like I had a chance to see him again, and say goodbye. And when I woke up, I told him I loved him and cared about him, and he was a good friend, he's a good mentor, and that I would keep trying hard and doing my best in what I'm doing now, which is following my dreams in real estate development, and my highest dream, which is telling stories, fictional stories with strong messages that I feel like I can send better as a filmmaker or a writer than when I was a politician. So this dream really helped me to express my feelings towards my friend Mark Takai. And I woke up immediately, because I wanted to film this before I forget. So I dedicate this video to my good friend Takai, who passed away when he was a U.S. Congressman from health reasons. So thank you, everyone. Love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.